Hello, this is the TradeSite Forex market preview and international economic data roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, December 3rd, 2017, ending Friday 8th. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart. Really went nowhere this week. It's kind of surprising given everything that happened. Let's look at the daily charts of all the major indices. Here's the euro dollar, for example. Again, very flat, stuck in a 100 something pip range. We'll look at that when we look at the intra-week action. Pound moved up a bit, had a winner there this week, but it really wasn't much in terms of action. Aussie dollar really flat. Pound yen up. Nice breakout coming potentially here. 13 seeker sell signals being ignored so far. Euro yen, a nice sideways base. This thing's been like in a 200 and something pip range for 3 months. It's really horrible for the euro yen. That used to be average daily range, not 3-month range. Pound Swiss, and then the New Zealand dollar pair. All right, so let's look at the intra-week action. Here's the euro dollar, high to low, basically 140 pips, and most of the week was not very active. Pound dollar, high to low, is 300 pips. This was much better. And you had Monday flat, Tuesday dip down and come back, Wednesday a little move up, Thursday move up, Friday fairly flat. So there was more action in the pound. That's where we saw anything going on because the euro was definitely light. All right, so let's take a look at the economic data coming this week and see if there's anything we need to be aware of. On Sunday, we got the M2 money supply number out of China, along with new loans. Actually, both of those numbers are sometime in the week. BSI manufacturing index, that's a new one to me, out of Japan, 6:50 p.m. Eastern time, along with M2 money stock Sunday night. Italian retail sales going into Monday, 10-year bond auction out of the UK, JOLTS job openings here in the US, core machinery orders and PPI out of Japan Monday night. Australia's got their housing price index and business confidence number. Japan, tertiary industry activity, and then going into Tuesday, preliminary machine tool orders. Europe's got their French final private payrolls, German final CPI, French final CPI, UK's got CPI, PPI, RPI, HPI. That's all the inflation numbers. I love how they put them all out at once, 4:30 a.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. I think that's how every country should do it. German zoo economic sentiment, and then the broad European zoo economic sentiment at 5 a.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. NFIB small business index here in the U.S., PPI here, federal budget balance, tick long-term purchases, New Zealand FPI. Australia's got their Westpac consumer sentiment. Employment change here in Europe, Italian industrial production. UK's got their unemployment rate as well. Industrial production out of Europe. US CPI at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. That's one of our big three. So we'll be half size ahead of Wednesday night. Crude oil inventories, that's the weekly number, 10-year bond auction here in the US. And we also have a Fed announcement. So for another reason, we'll be half size going into Wednesday. So it's a 2-day Fed meeting, Tuesday, Wednesday. Half size Tuesday night going into Wednesday on the calls based on the fact that we have the CPI and the Fed announcement. Australia's got their MI inflation expectations. UK RICS house price balance, whatever that one is. Unemployment rate out of Australia at 7:30 Wednesday night. Industrial production, retail sales, and fixed asset investment out of China. Revised industrial production out of Japan. Switzerland's got their PPI and their LIBOR rates, their rate announcement essentially. Retail sales out of the UK along with their rate announcement. So we've got the US, then the Swiss, then the UK rate announcements this week, and then the ECB, the European Bank, also with their rate announcements at 7:45, followed by their press conference. Manufacturing sales out of Canada, retail sales out of the U.S., the weekly unemployment claims number out of the U.S., along with import prices, business inventories, natty gas, that's the weekly number, 30-year bond auction, New Zealand's business NZ manufacturing index, Japan's Tankan manufacturing and non-manufacturing indices, German PPI and WPI, trade balance out of Europe, CBI industrial order expectations out of the UK, Empire State Manufacturing Index, capacity utilization, and industrial production here in the U.S. So that is the data that's coming out this week. Obviously, Wednesday is the big day with the CPI and the Fed announcement. Having said that, we've got a lot of rate announcements this week. So there's a lot of things to look forward to. Hopefully, it's a more interesting week in the Forex side. We've had a great week in stocks and futures, but it just wasn't nearly as interesting in the Forex side. So we'll see what we get for the week ahead. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading week.